A very good morning, students. I am Sir Patel. Welcome you to study from home. Today I am going to explain you Women Can Change the World. Women's Movement Campaign Showing Solidarity. Before that, let me tell you schooling and education today. Today, both boys and girls attend school in large numbers. Yet, as we will see, there is still remaining difference between education of boys and girls. I told you courses have been different: primary teaching course, nursing course, okay, company secretary course, HR course. These are course generally joined by the girl. Home science like police, army, engineering, diploma, doctor. This all these courses have been joined by the enrolled by the boys. Okay, India has a census every 10 years. Okay, census is a committee which count the country's population, but not only country's population but education rate, sex ratio, number of women, number of male, number of female, number of children, annual income, monthly income, members in household. Whether your house is your own or you are rent. You are as a live as a rent you as you pay rent. So all these kinds of information have been collected by this census, and it take after every 10 years. It is also gathered detailed information about the people living in India, their age, schooling, what work they do, and so on. We use this information to measure any things like a number of literate people and the ratio of men and women. According to 1961 census, about 40% of all boys and men were literate. Okay, compared to just 15% of all girls and women. Okay, in the most recent census 2011, this figure have been grown to 82% for boys and male and 65% of girls. So out of 100, only 65% girl is literate. Out of 100, 82 boys are literate. This means that proportion of both men and women who are now able to read and write, at least some amount of schooling has increased. But as you can also see, the percentage of male group is still higher. Okay, now why these numbers are increasing? Just because government implement scheme, okay, implement some developmental program like Kanya Keroni, free education for girls, okay, free bus pass, free railway pass, okay. So numbers are increasing in college as well as Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. According to RTE and Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, they provide a midday meal. Okay, so they provide a free books, free uniform, free lunch in a school. Okay, somehow they provide scholarship. Okay, for the girls. So all this program attract children toward the school. They attract their parents toward the school. So numbers are increasing. Okay. Here I'll show you table. Okay, percentage of girls and boys who leave school from a different social groups include scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Okay, the numbers of literacy in a scheduled caste and scheduled tribes is pathetic, because scheduled caste and scheduled tribes uh, not only female but also male are treated unequally by the society. As we think that they are backward, that they are inferior. So our society treat them unequally. They are given less value, both male as well as female. Now let me show you this table. Okay, uh, let me just write. Here is all category. Here SC and ST. girls 3.88%. Okay, total 4.13. Sorry, total 4.13. Okay, SC boys 4.71%, girls 4.20%, total 4.46. Okay, same thing. I'm not going to write, but I'll just read numbers in STs. Okay, primary from class 1 to 5, boys 7.2, girls 6.48, in total 6.93. So you have probably noticed that in above table that SCs and ST girls leave school at the rate that higher than the category. Okay, so girls leaving number of school dropout are more. Why? Because they belong to poor family background. Economically they are poor. Okay, their family is economically poor, so they have to help their family member to boost up the income. That's why the numbers of school drop as well as marginalization from education is high in SCs and STs compared to higher caste. Okay, this higher caste student need not earn for their family, but this SCs and STs, boys as well as girls, have to earn for their family member. Okay. Now, then the 2011 census also found that Muslim girls are less likely than SC girls to complete their primary school. While a Muslim girl is likely to stay in a school for around 3 years, girls from other communities spend around 4 years in school. So, if you see the literacy rate religious wise, so you also find differences. Like Muslims, generally Muslim family are not allowed their girl child study further. Now image has been changed. Even Muslims and Orthodox Hindus also, Orthodox Muslim also allow their child to study. Okay, there are several reasons why children from Dalit, Adivasi and Muslim family leave school. In a many part of the country, especially in rural, poor area, there may not even be a proper school, no teacher who teach on a regular basis. Okay, one factor is poverty. Another factor is school teacher not teach in a proper way. Okay, sometimes teacher don't come to school, teacher are not bothered to teach students. They just take the salary from the government, and management is very poor. The social and political life, it is not close to people home, and there is no transport like buses or van. Okay, social and political system, like before 2002, there were very less school. Okay, they have to travel almost 5 to 6 kilometers for primary school, and then they don't have proper transportation service, buses, train, and public government transportation service are very poor, like less number of buses, sometimes no buses, and public transport is quite expensive. Like they have to spend 50 rupees or 40 rupees per day, so it will be quite difficult for those SCs and STs. But nowadays government uh, achieved to increase numbers of school, like primary school. Let's talk about primary school. After every 1.5 kilometer there must be a primary school, so government construct primary school after every 1.5 kilometers. So that also helps to increase numbers. Okay, boys may get preference in this situation. Many children also leave school because they are discriminated against by their teacher and classmates, just like Om Prakash Valmiki was. Like Dalit students, not only girls but also boys are also discriminated. They are unequally treated by their teacher as well as by the student. Okay, sometimes teacher asks them to clean the school, to clean the ground. They are not, allowed to get into class. They, they keep in a separation. They keep in isolation. They put in isolation. So just because of this discrimination and inequality, numbers of dropout and is increasing. The women's movement, women and girls now have the right to study and go to school. There are other spheres like a legal reform, while violence and health, where the situation of women and girl has improved. This change have not happened automatically. Women individually and collectively have struggled to bring about these changes. This struggle is known as a women's movement. Okay, women also, start, women also raise their voice against this oppressive and discriminative system. Okay, so this voice became a movement. Okay, individual women and women organization from different part of the country. Okay, individual women NGO, non-governmental organization for women also come forward to establish equality. Okay, many men support the women movement as well. The diversity, passion, and efforts of those individuals make it very vibrant movement. Different strategies have been used to spread awareness. Okay, fight discrimination, seek justice. Here are some glimpses of the struggle. Campaign, like they organize campaign. They hold rallies. Okay, on the street, on the road. Sometimes nukkad natak. They visit street to street and play drama. Solo acting, drama. Nowadays electronic media play a crucial role, play a vital role to improve the situation of women. Um, Electronic media, print media, some novel, some writer also, some writer also speak about women. So these are some steps taken by the people. Okay, rising awareness. Women are educated by the not formal education but informal education. They are made aware about their rights, protesting against discrimination. Okay, showing solidarity, like women from different background, different region, religion. Okay, come forward and raise their voice against this discrimination and unequal treatment. This is how they protest against the society. They made changes in law, like uh, they demand equal sharing property. Okay, so these are some movements make a vibrant. Okay, so student, this is all for today. I'll explain you my next topic in my next class. Thank you.